Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the P7 worksheet for Algebra 1. What we're working on here is learning how to solve the system of equation by substitution. And the thing I want to point out to you here in question number 1 is that our y is equal to negative 3x plus 17. That means everywhere there's a y, in place of it, I can put negative 3x plus 17. It's kind of like a substitute teacher. If I'm gone, substitute comes in, I'm not there. So if we go to the second equation, we're going to take negative 4x, nothing wrong there, minus 2. And now when we run into the y, this is like Mr. Sneakloth here. Mr. Sneakloth's gone for that day, and they're going to bring in negative 3x plus 17 in my place. All right? And then everything else stays the same, the equal sign and the negative 24. So it's just a replacement of what the y is equal to, and the y gets replaced. Now, we got to do a little bit of algebra. We distribute. We have to be very careful with our negative signs. Negative times a negative is a positive 6x. Negative times a positive is a negative 34 equals negative 24, and so on. Okay, and now we have continuing our algebra, combine our like terms. We have 2x minus 34 equals negative 24. We're going to add 34 to both sides. And we end up with 2x is equal to 10. And when we divide by the 2, we end up getting our x value of 5. Once we have one of the answers, what we're going to do is we're going to go back, and I recommend you could go back to either equation and plug in place of x. You could put a 5 and replace it and then solve for y. Well, this problem, the top one, is set up perfectly for that, because what we're going to do is we're going to replace the x with 5, because that's what x is equal to, plus 17, and it's a little bit of arithmetic going on. Negative 3 times 5 is negative 15 plus 17. Y is equal to 2. Once we have both answers, we're then ready to write our answer as an ordered pair, 5, 2. And what that means is we should be able to take the number 5, plug it into both equations, take the number 2, plug it into both equations, and both equations should work out. All right? Negative 3 times 5 is negative 15 plus 17 is equal to the 2 that the y is. Negative 4 times the 5 is negative 20. Negative 2 times the 2 is negative 4. Negative 20 times the negative 4 is negative 24. Just a way you could do it. All right, taking a look at number 3, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to replace, in this case, the y. We have negative x minus 8. And now instead of y, we're going to put 3x minus 19. And we finish out the equation, equals 2. We do our distributive property to make the parentheses go away. Those don't do us any good. Negative x minus 24x, negative 8 times negative 19. Now that's one I don't know off the top of my head. So I'm going to go to my calculator and I'm going to type in negative 8 times negative 19. 152. Positive 152 equals 2. Combining my like terms, I have a negative 25x. Remember, this is a negative 1 if we need to write that in. Plus 152 is equal to 2. We're going to minus the 152. So we have negative 25x, and we have a negative 150. Of course, we're going to divide by negative 25. Now this one probably need to use a calculator on. I happen to know the answer is 6, positive 6. Negative divided by negative is a positive. So I now have the answer to the y. I'm going to go to the top equation. Remember, that one's set up perfectly for us because all we're going to do is replace the x with 6, and we have to do a little arithmetic. Y is equal to 18 minus 19. Y is equal to negative 1, which gives us an answer of 6, negative 1. All right, now I want you to pay close attention on number 5. This one is x is equal to. That means we're going to replace x this time. Instead of y, we're replacing x. So when I got the 3, and when I run into the x, I got to put a negative 2y plus 4 in its place. Plus 8y equals 12. We're going to distribute the 3. We get negative 6y. We get a plus 12. Still got our plus 8y, and we're still equal to 12. Putting our y's together, we end up with 2y plus 12 equals 12. We minus the 12 to both sides. And don't be afraid of getting an answer of 0. It's a number. Write down the number 0. Finish out the algebra. It says divide by 2. Well, of course, 0 divided by 2 is 0. So I now know the y value. I'm now going to take my top equation, and in place of the y, I'm going to put a 0. Which means that I'm going to get a 0, negative 2 times 0, plus 4, so x is equal to 4. Now make sure I put these in the right order. X comes first. I know I got the y first in my answer, but I want to make sure that I put my x first in my ordered pair. All right, last problem, number 7. I'm going to replace the x with negative 6y minus 17, so I got 5 times negative 6x minus 17 minus 4y equals negative 17. Multiplying here, I get negative 30x. 5 times negative 17. That one's not one that just on the top of my head here. So we'll do 5 times negative 85. Negative 85 minus 4y is equal to negative 17. I combine my like terms. I got negative 34y. Negative minus 85 and then negative 17. We're going to add 85. Be careful with your calculation here. Type it into the calculator just to verify. You're going to get a 68. Okay, positive 68. So we've got negative 34y equals positive 68. We divide by negative 34. And of course we get y is equal to negative 2. Plugging that number into the original equation, x is equal to negative 6 times negative 2 minus 17. X is equal to 12 minus 17, so x is equal to 5. X goes first, y goes second. There you go. Your job now is do the even problems. Send me the worksheet, and let's see how you do. Remember, the answers are on the back of your worksheet or printed with your when you printed the worksheet. And send those to me, and I'll get you the reassessment that goes with it. See ya.